Hi everybody, I wanted to introduce you to Wix.com. This is the site that we're all going to use to create our websites. I'm not going to walk you through a ton of basic information, but I wanted you to know it's Wix.com, Wix.com. When you come, you're going to have to create an account. You can sign in with Facebook or with Google, but just an FYI, it will post updates to your feeds if you do that. So I'm already signed up, so I'm just going to hit go. It saved my info for me because I can't remember my passwords. You can see I set up a little test site. Once you've picked your theme, you've created a URL and so on, then whenever you come in and log on, you'll just hit edit site. And it'll take it a minute or two to get you all set up. And you can see I've got several programs running, so it's taken mine a little longer than it might you. Here we go. So I've got these icons along the side that are the first thing to pop up for me. And each one does something a little different. One thing I want you to know that whatever you do, with the exception of your URL, can be changed. Changing your URL gets a little tricky. So with this one, I know what you want that to be. When I want to go to one of my pages, I click on the little page icon and I tell it I want to go to my projects page. Now these are just the names that the templates I picked had. I can change those. If I want to call projects something else, I click the little gear, go to my page settings, and I'm going to say, I really don't like projects. I'm going to call this background. If for some reason I want to have it as a subpage and I want to hide it from the across the top tabs, I can hide from menu, and then over here, say I think background should really go underneath the home page. So I'm going to nest it there. And I can do other things with it, but that's probably enough. So I'm going to do done. And then I'm going to go actually back to my home page. And on it, I want to have a link on the home page that takes us to the background. So I'm going to click into a text box. And I want to edit the text. And so, help stop global warming for now and for generations after us. Check out the background page for more info. And I've decided that I like info as the sort of more laid back tone that I'm going for in my website. So up here, I highlight background down on the page, and then I click on this little link, which is going to give me options. If I want to put in a URL, I can do web address. I can do an anchor. I can do it to an email address if you want to do like a contact. But this is just a page of my site, so I hit page, and then in the drop down, I pick background. Okay. And so when I publish my site, that's going to be a link to my background page. You can change images. You can do any number of things. Let's say I don't want a slideshow, so I delete it. But I do want to add something else. Let's add media. I want to add a video. And so this does YouTube video very nicely. And when I want to change the URL, I go into settings. And it gives me this URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube. And I'm going to pick this video. It's the one of my niece and the train that I showed you in the YouTube unit. Close that page. And then I'm just going to paste that in and click update. And you'll see it pop up right there. Now, things to not do. Do not autoplay. That annoys people, and so that will damage your rhetoric. It'll damage your ethos. Don't have it loop. Loop means it just plays over and over and over again. I think that's it. I'm X out of that. Now I'm going to click off of my ad. So those are some basics. Now let's say I want on my background page to change one of these images. When I do it, I click change image. Crazy. Now I can upload images that I've taken myself, which these two, whenever I upload images to my account, it saves them there so I don't have to keep doing it. So there's one of my cat, and there's one of a Miller Lite can on a tail a bumper that I saw on my way to work one morning. Or I can do these that are free from Wix. Remember in the YouTube unit, I did that image find tutorial. You can still do that, but when you do it, you want to make sure that you link your pictures back to the original source, or you put a caption below the image that's just like you did in the YouTube video. It'll say source, colon, and then wherever you got it in the year. Let's say, just like the Wix ones, I can search. Let's say I want a picture of studying. I actually did a pretty good job. So I'm going to pick this one of school children. I can change the image, and it's right there. Now the neat thing, the ones that are from Wix, it has this little copyright info down here for all of the images on the page for all the stuff. So it automatically does that for you. If I embed my own image, so say I do the beer can one, we're going to change it. And let's say I found this through an image search. So what I'm going to do, I need to link the image to its original source. Let's say I found it through an image search. So I do link to, and then a web address. And so I'm going to say this is a Flickr. Oh, you have to do a valid. Job 23. I don't know. I always have it open in a new window. When we do stuff about hyperlinking, we'll talk about how they end up down a rabbit hole. We want to make sure that we keep them on our page. So what this does, I've linked it. When I go to publish my site, which is going to be so pitiful, I don't want search engines to find my site because I'm just playing with it right now. Enable and optimize mobile view, sure, whatevs. So I'm going to publish it. And now I'm going to go to it so you can see the things I've done in action. Now notice at the top of the page it says test site, no spaces, because that's what I put in as my URL. So I may want to consider that if I'm creating a new site. So here's my background. You've got a link, and you can see it has the link, the finger. That was the video of Madeline. Here's the picture I got from Wix. And then here's the image that I did, and it's going to give me a page not found. But you can see how it would work. So those are the basics. I think this is going to be pretty easy. Just get in there and play around with stuff. If you get lost, you have trouble, you've got the Wix.com tutorials, and you can always email me, and we can get together, either in person or online, and I'll walk you through and answer whatever questions you have.